Hello, everyone. Oh my gosh, how dare I do something like that? Can you believe it? I actually left something muted or unmuted or something like that. Hello, everyone. Right as I got ready to go live, the dog started growling, and I'm like, oh my gosh, okay, what am I going to do now? Okay, she's got treats. I'm muted on the other screen. We are good there. Yes, finally. Okay, anyhow. Aloha, guys, and welcome to the Local My Way. And oh boy, what a way to have fun at the beginning there. So, and thanks for joining today. It's been a fun little Friday night, and we're now sitting here and get to go over some stuff from the 4 agreements. And then, yes, I have been asked already, will there be a panel at the end of this where we can kind of just let down our hair, enjoy ourselves, have a Friday night? Betcha. Why not? That's the best part of a Friday Night Live is you can enjoy yourself afterwards. So couple things real quick. I did want to say I can notice that we got some people in the chat room right now, and there's some awesome people that I swear the support I am getting from you guys right now is just beyond anything that I expected. And also, number one, before I go saying hi to those people, let me know if you can hear anything upstairs. My mom is watching upstairs, and I just noticed she doesn't have her hearing aid listening right now. She's listening through the other, so maybe, she just turned it down. She heard me talking. And also, but if you hear anything like that, please just let me know. Mom is kind of listening in, and I think that's awesome. I'm having fun. Many of you guys know I moved in with her after my dad passed away. And it's been kind of cool because we've kind of created a friendship that is a lot of fun now. We hang out with each other and do it, and it's getting loud again. So I'm going to send her a quick message and ask her to turn that down, unless, Mom, you hear me, and you can switch over to your hearing aid real quick. So for the rest of you, though, thank you so much for joining. Let's see, who we got here. We have Heather right now. Thank you, Heather, for coming. I have gotten to know Heather for, it's been 3 months now. I just realized it's been 3 months since I joined Annie's. Actually, we're on 4 months now, so wow. Susan, thank you for joining. I know there's a number of other people who are going to also join too today, so Susan, thank you. Heather, thanks. I see you guys. Rosaline, there's Rosaline. Hey, hon. I'm sorry I didn't make any of your lives. This week has been crazy. This week has been just one thing after another. And also, I'm sorry I did not make it. Yesterday, we had to drop off Halpia with her breeder. And there's Cherry. Yes, you can always share. You can always share the Twitter love and all the rest of our love here. Yes, you got it, girl. So before we go on, I did want to... there's someone who means a lot to all of us here. And I did want to just real quickly, I just found out that she's not going to be here today because she had to put her little pup down and put her to sleep. So Finding Hope, I just wanted to, from all of us, we love you. We love Molly. Okay, Molly was the sweetest thing. I mean, we love seeing pictures and all. So yeah, sending you hugs, loves, all that. And all. Love you, Finding Hope. Thank you so much for everything you do. But yeah, I know it's hard. I don't know. I've lost a couple in my life, and losing your pups is probably one of the hardest things I've ever gone through. So we're all with you today for sure, and sending you our love, hugs, and our hope for Finding Hope, because that's actually what that name does to me. It's always given me hope. So where are we today? We are going to start with the first of the 4 agreements. Last week was pretty much talking about on Discord and in the live, and one recorded thing that I did about domestication and how what is going on in our lives is developing our future self. Okay, the things that our parents, family, sisters, brothers, teachers were teaching us was creating something that we became nowadays. Now we go into how those agreements that were created back then, we've discussed some positive, some negative. But how can we change other agreements so that we are changing our own behavior and taking control of that behavior for the positive and not allowing it to run for the negative? So the first of the 4 agreements is be impeccable with your word. Okay, let's see, right there. Be impeccable with your word. This whole thing is about what we say, what comes out of our mouths. So impeccable is something, being impeccable with your word. It's probably this one agreement, the most important agreement, because so much of what we do on a daily basis comes down to our word, whether it is in person where we're talking face to face with people, whether it is on YouTube when we're in lives and you have someone on a panel, other people in chat, and chat is all communicating with each other. People on panel are communicating. Communication is at the forefront of everything we do. And communication is also at the forefront of probably the majority of all of our fights and arguments in life. To some degree, you've got body language. You've got all these other things that go as part of it. But when it comes down to it, all comes down to the word, what comes out of our mouths, okay, the meaning of what is going on there. So it's very, very important to do. It seems to be the easiest thing to do. I mean, come on, you just say some words. That's all you got to do. Just say words and you're fine. Doesn't quite work that way, okay, because what we actually do say is not always what we mean to say. Things come out of our mouths. Things that we've learned over the years come out of our mouth, and it becomes extremely hard to follow. So something we need to keep coming back. So let's take a look at the word impeccable. What does the word impeccable? Yeah, Gulf Coast Mama, exactly. Okay, tone is huge. Okay, we mentioned body language, but your tone. Okay, how you are going about saying something. And that's one reason why in chat it becomes so dangerous at times, because we can't hear that tone that's going on in chat. Hey, Sandra. Hello. And I did not say hi to Gulf Coast Mama when she came in either. I had my chat hidden. I'm a bad girl. And and Cherry, yeah, we will all behave. Sure. Yeah. So, and Rosalind, yes. And where Rosalind's going is exactly where we're heading next. What is the word impeccable mean? Okay, we hear it quite often, but what does it mean? So impeccable actually comes from the Latin word peccatus and im. Okay, peccatus means sin, and im, without. So without sin. Okay, so going back into that, okay, if you're impeccable, as Rosalind is saying, you're flawless, faultless, okay? Sin is defined as anything that is done, that you do, that is against yourself. Now, not meaning, oh yeah, I'm misbehaving and I'm doing something that's going to hurt myself. It can also be going against your thoughts and your beliefs. Okay, how many times we'll say something and it doesn't actually agree with what we're thinking down deep, but we go ahead and say it because it's the popular thing to do, things on that level. So without sin, when we're speaking, we want to be talking without sin. And words are what's going to lead to that. So our words are power. They're magic. Okay? Okay, everything we say has a magic behind it, has a power behind it. We have the ability with our words to make someone's day the most amazing day in the world. I mean, make someone who's had the most horrible day in their lives, all of a sudden their day changes. Or we have that ability to take someone's day that is amazing and immediately send it down the shithole. Okay, just plain and simple. Turn their day into the worst thing. And yeah, Rosaline, in the book, Ruiz describes it like this: speak with integrity, honesty, truthfulness. Say only what you mean, speak of what you desire. Exactly. And also our power, okay, our words have this power to make things go from light to dark, dark to light. That's magic. And when we talk about magic, okay, it's that ability to make things change like that. Okay, go back to your Harry Potter. Okay, we're going to keep it on the light side. Okay, Harry Potter, people were able to use their magic to turn things from one side to another or to create something out of nothing. That's what our words do. They create something out of nothing. They have the power to curse someone. Okay, literally curse someone, or also just curse them by making them feel horrible about themselves and develop new agreements of their own. Okay, so we need to speak our words, put them into action, and then that's our step of making our word impeccable. So when you're speaking to people, it's very easy for many of us to just talk off the top of our head. That's what we normally do. We're not thinking about what the words mean. So we just go spill them all out, and people are hearing things, and we've never really taken a look at what it is we're saying to begin with. And that's where the danger becomes. Couple examples. And guys, seriously, I love how Rosalind's adding in comments here. If any of you guys have other ideas, Gulf Coast Mama did also, please, I do have my chat up. So comment in there and I'll address things. If you've got questions, statements, things like that, definitely throw those things in there. And yeah, it takes practice. It takes time, but it can change. One of the questions when I was doing a lot of research on this, one of the questions I saw on a live stream of someone's was, can you change? So much of this stuff is built up from when you're a child. How can you change things like that? You can change. It doesn't happen overnight. It's something that we have to not only keep reminding ourselves, we need to help each other with that. Okay, coming back in and doing, hey, Mr. Zod, hey there. Cherry K to, oh, yes. Zod here, kneel before Zod. Yes, kneel before Zod. And thanks for joining. And so our word has that ability. We have that ability to change it, though. Okay, when we are in here, okay, and I'm going to try to bring a lot of things back to YouTube today, not just our normal life, because I think it's normal for all of us to put this into normal life, okay, with the people we work with our families, things like that. We think about it on that level, but a lot of times we forget about it on the YouTube level. And that's where a lot of the drama we all deal with and the heartache and the questioning ourselves and things start developing. So I will try to address some of the areas when it comes to how we react here on YouTube. Yeah, Gulf Coast Mama, we don't sound like our parents for nothing. Oh, yes, exactly. How many of your friends, you sit there and you're like, now that you're getting older, especially if you've been their friend for years, you're like, you sound just like your mom, or God forbid, I actually sound like that all the time. So yes, Mom, I sound like you all the time, don't I? Mm-hmm. And also, so couple examples. I wanted to give some examples of how a person's word can change. Anything from the smallest level of thing to the biggest. Let's go back to probably one of the biggest names in history, Hitler. Okay, Hitler changed society. Hitler created a genocide that a group of people are still trying to recover from. Okay, how did all that start? It was his words. People talked about him being a charismatic person. He knew how to use his word. So he had his own beliefs, his own agreements with himself. Those agreements were extremely negative. Okay, they were about a group of people, okay, and he took those agreements of his own and decided, you know what, I want the rest of society to agree with me. So he took his words and used the power behind those words at a time when a group of people in Germany and Europe and the world in general was going through the recovery from World War I. It was a rough time, especially Germany. Many places in Europe, it was a really rough time historically if you take a look at it. And he was able to take the fears of people who were living, inflation issues. It wasn't even living paycheck to paycheck. They couldn't even pull that off. And people looked for, who can I blame for that? He knew how he could turn those fears of other people into supporting his own agreements. And that's where he took it. He not only said things, he followed it up with actions and got other people to follow their words with actions. And we ended up where we were. Rosalind, by practicing awareness, you can focus on thoughts and words that truly represent how you want to feel and communicate with others. Yes, yes. Listening to those thoughts that you've got coming out. If you're hearing, this kind of ties in with Hitler. Moving on to the next group I wanted to talk about, which was the media. Okay, the majority of what we learn comes from words. Okay, when you're watching TV, when you're watching a YouTube video, you start learning a lot. Okay, even if it's a video that you don't agree with, there's some level of science has shown that we learn subconsciously as well as consciously. So even though we're watching this thing that is teaching us things that we don't agree with, there's a part of our brain that's hearing this. And if we don't understand our own agreements, if we do not understand and believe in our own awareness of the issues and the concerns we have, our own agreements, the way we live our own life, we start taking on those. It plants a seed. Exactly was a perfect way to put it. It plants a seed. And that actually, Don Miguel Ruiz actually mentions it plants a seed. And those seeds take root over time. So media, we deal with this a lot right now. A lot of people are talking about how sorry, someone's growling again. A lot of people are talking about how the media and what it says is starting to change the way people believe and act. Okay, they hear things being said and they decide, okay, am I going to support this or am I going to not support it? And unfortunately, I've seen a lot of people, I'm one of those people quite often, that I hear something I don't quite agree with, but I am so scared to say what I believe because people aren't going to like me if I say that. Okay, people will judge me if I say that, and I'm scared to death of being judged by other people. Okay, that's something I have to address. And that's something that with the 4 agreements, you are able to address. Where does something like that come from? Well, let's take the idea of a little girl. Okay. Yeah, Gulf Coast Mama. I think a lot of us, and I'm discovering a lot of us feel that way, and we're just scared to say it. So we think we're the only ones feeling that way, and we really honestly aren't. But we just don't feel comfortable taking that risk to see, are we the only ones who feel that way? Let's go. I know I've got a lot of moms and potentially dads and all that in chat right now. I think most of you guys have been in a situation where you've come home from work and you've got a child at home. Let's say it's a little girl and you just have the headache to end all headaches. You've had a hell of a day. Your boss was on your case. You couldn't get something done in time for a deadline. You just want to come home and take a nice long shower, and you know that ain't going to happen right now because you've still got to cook food. You've got to deal with all these things. Your significant other is on your case about stuff, all these things. And there is your cute little 3-year-old jumping around, singing, dancing at the top of her lungs as loud as she can. She's singing. I mean, normally it's something that you would see with complete joy, because it's complete abandon and joy that she's singing with. And she's just loving every moment of it and expressing herself and all that. But you've had it. You've just, if you don't get some quiet, you're not going to be able to get through the day at this point. So you yell out at the top of your lungs at her. Okay, would you just potentially using certain words? Okay, if you don't fucking stop, You can't sing. You're giving me a headache. Mom has a headache and it's because of you. You're getting worse. I'm getting worse. I just wish you'd stop it now. How many of us have done something like that? In a moment of anger and frustration, we use our words to say something. Now, those words, what happens to that little girl? Immediately she shuts down. Immediately she may walk off into her room and she starts thinking to herself, okay, Mom yelled at me because I was loud. She told me I can't sing. All these things start building in her mind, and we have done exactly what Rosaline has said. We planted that seed. Okay, now here she is 15, 20 years later, and I've seen this. I've had these discussions with a couple of my friends that are in theater, and yeah, Sandra, it's something I think all of us do these things because we're human, and we just talk without thinking and taking a step back. I've had this talk with many people in theater where some of us love to sing, some don't. Well, all of us love to sing, but there's a group of us who don't want to sing. And when you talk to them, you find out, oh, they had a teacher who told them they couldn't sing. Or they had a friend or a parent or someone who just told them they were the worst singers in the world. They aren't. I've listened to them. They're not the worst singers in the world. But they've developed this belief that they are. And they have now lived their whole life. This is 10, 15, 20 years down the road. And they still don't want to audition for musicals. They don't want to have that joyous abandon of singing and dancing around the house that they did. Okay, all those things that we did as kids have now been shut down based off of those actions that occurred most likely at a time their parent may never have meant to say what they said. Probably didn't mean it, but it's something that just comes out. And that's where our issues build from. Those agreements, okay, start happening more and more. We develop more and more of those negative agreements based off of what people have told us. It's magic. Our words are magic, plain and simple. They have the ability to put a curse on someone, hex someone. All those words that you would use with magic is exactly what it does to people. Which gets us to the last part of, well, not last, but one of the probably biggest areas for us is gossip. Gossip is where talking and words is magic. And using your words to prop people up and to help people think for themselves and things like that is white magic. Gossip is black magic, plain and simple. Gossip is only there for one reason. Gossip is there to send out negative energy. It's to make people feel bad about themselves. Okay, who knows what the reason? We've had these discussions here on chat in other lives. It could be that the person feels horrible about themselves. And if I'm going to feel horrible, I'm going to make sure everyone else feels horrible also because misery loves company. Okay, it could be a jealousy thing. It could be, okay, being brought up that way. Who knows? But it's black magic. It is there. Gossip is only there for negative, and that's it. Because if you're using, okay, your words to prop people up, that's not called gossip. Gossip is specifically meant to pull people down. So I think it's something for us to remember when we are talking. Okay, if you are taking a step back and thinking about your words and the meaning behind them, you're going to decide exactly, is this good to put out into the world? Or is this something that I don't really want to be putting out into the world? We attract what we give. Sorry, noisy girl. Noisy girl's coming here. Hi, Cassie. And what we put out in the world is what we get back. So if you put positivity out, you get positivity back. If you put negativity out, you get negativity back. So think those things through. Let me see. Rosaline, in the 4 Agreements, Ruiz explains that your words are magic. Yeah. He says you can use your words for white magic to create good in the world, or black magic to create chaos and spread negativity. Exactly. That's what I love about this book. It's so simple. It is so simple. Okay, right here, the 4 Agreements by Miguel. I should put Don in there. I did not. Don Miguel Ruiz. It is so 4 little tiny rules that each of us have heard about at one time or another. But when you put them all into play, it really makes a difference. So how do you change? Okay, great. You can tell me all this you want, Loco, but how do I go changing all this stuff? Okay, I've been around for 40, 50, 60, 70 years. I can't change at this point in my life. No way. Yeah, you can. Okay, like losing weight or anything else in life, it's not going to come easy, and it's not going to happen overnight. But if you take it in bite-sized steps, you can. If you work with your friends, okay, and I will share the Discord at some point with everyone, because the Discord is actually there for anyone who would like to work on these or just hang out with people. But definitely we're trying to do some journaling and some work on the agreement so we can all help each other move forward on this. But use your friends to help you, because sometimes you don't realize what you're saying. Even after you've said it, you may not have realized it, but your friends may have caught it. Okay, that's how it is often with me. I don't realize what I've said until usually a day or 2 later, I'll realize it if I'm lucky, but my friends will usually catch it. And if they let me know about it and I'm open to hearing about it, we're good. So, sorry, I've got Miss Grumpy Pants right here, right now. But so how are you going to make some of those changes? Okay, you start by being aware of the words you say, like I just said. Okay, take that second. Before you say something, think about what you're saying. If you're in chat, it's so easy to get typing. Your fingers are moving quicker than your mouth would normally. If you're like me, I type much quicker than I talk. And especially in a chat, and that's why usually I have tons of typos and stuff like that. And also, but think those words through. Okay, do you mean them? Are there ways that you could be saying something that might be a little more clear? And what can you do to correct that? Next, it's great if you understand them, but what if the others don't understand them? Okay, so after you say something, try to make sure the other people understand it. Sometimes that's repeating what you said in a different way, because you see that look on their face real quickly and you're like, they did not catch that. Okay. Or perhaps it is just going and asking them. Did that make sense? I hope that made sense. And hopefully they feel comfortable enough saying, Loco, no, that didn't make any sense whatsoever. Can you please re-say that? And then, you've got it. And you're the opposite, Gulf Coast Mama. Yeah. And I know some people I can get talking quick, but I've found since I've been in chat rooms, I tend to chat really quick sometimes, and that's not always the best for me, or people who are trying to understand what I'm saying. And I love it when someone comes up and says, what? In fact, someone did that in chat. Sandra and I were chatting last night. She's like, what did that mean? And I'm like, sarcasm, sorry. Okay, because that's the other thing with making sure others understand you. I was in a chat during Amber's live last night, Amber Ann's live last night, and I made some comments that were purely sarcastic. They made no sense whatsoever. And now, depending what I said, that could have been really bad, because I may have said something that came across completely wrong. So make sure not only that you understand what you're saying, but the others understand what you're saying. Why could they not understand? Well, maybe you just didn't use words that they're used to using. You type, Gulf Coast Mama, type erase, typer. Yes, exactly. I'm usually like 5 minutes behind the rest of chat because I get you. make sure you've got all those things going, because what happens is we are dealing, especially going back to YouTube again, we're dealing with a lot of people from a lot of different backgrounds, okay, whether that be familial backgrounds or cultural. Even among all of us who are from America, look at all the different cultures we have here. You have me out here in Hawaii. We have a completely different way of thinking things through here in Hawaii than, say, someone from New York City. So you need to take all those things into place. Do they truly understand where you're coming from when you say what you do? Next, leave a positive impact. Okay. 9 times out of 10, if there is a miscommunication in what you've been saying and you didn't mean it that way, if you leave a positive impact, leave them with something positive, then it's going to kind of erase some of the other stuff, because people start thinking, okay, wait, they did just say something positive there. So I don't think how many arguments we come out with, okay? I don't know how many times I've sat in a panel and I see an argument start up between, say, someone in chat and someone on panel. And I can kind of see what's going on. The person on panel's trying to do 5 different things at once and didn't realize there was one word missing in what they read. And so they're jumping, thinking the person's upset, and they're actually not upset whatsoever. So if that other person just comes in with that positive comment, it kind of will help the person realize, okay, I've missed something here. And most of us will give people the benefit of the doubt for a positive comment. Okay, we like to hear positive. Okay, I think all of us are that way. We like to hear the positive side of things. Oh my gosh, yes, actually, Rosaline just found a link for the PDF of the book. Hey, Ambran. And Rosaline, please, if you don't mind doing that. And I will also post that in our Discord, so that anyone who would like to get a copy of that can get a copy that way. Because it's, like I said, it's the quickest read you will ever come across. Let me know if you can hear anything upstairs. I don't know if I'm hearing things more or not. Let me know if you can hear what's going on upstairs or not. So leave positive impact. And then lastly, love yourself. Okay. We talked about positive breeds positivity and negative breeds negative. And also take a look about loving yourself. Because if you are negative and approaching life from a negative way, your words are going to have that negative tone. So if you are positive and happy and enjoying your life and yourself, you tend to find it easier to share that love, share that positivity. So love yourself. Okay, let those agreements that were creating negativity for you go. Just let them go. You don't need those agreements anymore. That agreement with yourself that you sucked at singing, how's that helping you? What is that doing for you? Nothing. Let it go. Let it go. Go to karaoke. Sorry for those in the mainland, karaoke. See what I mean? Different words, different locations and all. But go and sing. Express your joy through music. There's nothing wrong with that. Hell, if you can't sing on note, even better. It makes it more interesting for everyone else to listen to. Okay, it brings them joy, because half of us are tone deaf at times, and we do the same thing. Thank you so much, Rosaline, for that. Everyone, please take a second, click on that link, whether now or later. It's not going to mess up your, this live whatsoever. Click on the link, open it up, save it. This book is amazing. It really is a great book. And that way you can read it. You can come to our Discord, and you can actually, at the Discord, here, I'm going to copy that right now for people. If you come into the Discord, I've been trying to post questions for people to answer, so that they can start looking at the agreements themselves and how they can put them into play. And this week we'll start looking at it with the Be Impeccable with Your Word. So Our word means a lot. Okay. Our word, the words of our parents, the words of our children, the words of our friends, all of them have power over us. We felt that power. We felt the negative power. We felt the good power. They all are there and they make changes in our lives. So, what can you do in this next week to start making sure your word is impeccable? What are the things that you are going to try to do? Are you going to take that extra moment to look at what you are typing to your friends? Are you going to take that moment when your child is ready to send you into a tub and locked up for the next 2 or 3 hours? Okay, to just step back and say, okay, what am I going to do? How am I going to get through this? What can I say that will let her know I need a couple moments without totally blowing up at her? Okay. Rosalie, I'm not sure if this is what you mean, but phone calls, talking to a person rather than typing to them. Big difference there. And are you going to leave that? How can you leave that positive impact to other people? How can you be that difference in their day as you're talking with them? And how can you love yourself? How are you going to love yourself? How are you going to make that difference in yourself so that you are remaining positive even in those hard times? What are you going to do for yourself? Things to think about as we go through this next week. And I did link the Discord there. Please take a look. Join Discord. Some of us, it's just about talking and enjoying. Okay, we haven't had a gift war yet. I'm waiting for that to pop up. But in there, we also have some journaling. I basically tried to take the normal Discord that all of us see and add a couple extra things. We have a journaling area folder in there. The journaling folder right now, the question is, if you could live in one place in the world right now, where would that be? What is your perfect location to live in? But then there's also the 4 agreements section where we're looking at things like, what are some of the agreements that your parents taught you as you were growing up? Okay, what are the agreements you have with yourself, negative and positive? Okay, right now, all those are public folders. I am going to talk with the members that are active in those folders at some point about would it make it easier for them if I made those private? Because especially with the 4 agreements one, it might be better for some people, but I want to leave it up to you guys because in the end, it's all of us doing the work there. So please take a look at the Discord. And yes, you can have a gift war there also if you'd like to. And also next week, we will come back on Friday and the next agreement is probably my hardest agreement. So I've got a lot of work to do for this one and it's don't take anything personally. Okay, I am horrible about everything I take personally. Okay, it's not good. It's not good. And it affects my ability to do everything because I'm always worried about what other people are going to think about me. And they may not mean something negative about me, but I will find a way to turn it negative. And that is something I got to get over. So hopefully we all can help each other with that. So where we're going to go at this point, okay, as many of you guys know, once we've done this, I do like to open up our wonderful panel because I have some awesome friends out there. And what would life be without having some time with those awesome friends? So I'm going to go ahead and add StreamYard into the chat right now. And while we see if anyone would like to come up, I just wanted to take a few minutes and thank all you guys, okay, who have stayed for this part. And take a moment, 1 second. I think my mom is turning her stuff up again. And also, Mom, turn it down. Thank you. And also, yeah, take a moment over the next couple days, see where you are with your own agreements, and we will start working towards those. I really appreciated you guys joining me today. I really truly have, because this is something that not only is something I enjoy doing for myself because I'm getting something out of it, but I'm hoping it helps other people to be able to change their lives and make some changes that not only help those around them, but help them themselves. So I've got StreamYard up. We'll see if anyone is interested in joining StreamYard. For those of you not interested, anyone have any questions or any thoughts on Sandra's babysitting today? And also, anyone have any thoughts or questions on today's agreement? It's definitely, as I've gone through these over and over the last couple days trying to figure out what to do with it, it's amazing how much our word changes things. Our word, I kind of tried to watch what is going on around me and see how could things have worked differently by looking at what I was saying and addressing things on that level. So, and also, okay. Well, you know what? If no one wants, okay, don't want to pull anyone up or anything like that. I know this is a weird time for some people right now, and some people are waiting for family members and all that. So I am going to go ahead and just finish this one up. Let everyone know, please. Okay, take a moment, join Discord. Okay, that way we can hang out and talk together with each other about how we can help each other get through this and figure out ways to work with each other. Everyone knows all the rest of the fun stuff. Okay, click that thumbs up, subscribe, hit that bell, hit all your, okay, have it tell you when to pick you. Okay, let you know I'm coming live, all that fun stuff. I am also going to try this week to do some recorded videos like I did last week on specific questions. That way people can kind of keep working throughout the week. So thank you guys so much. I really appreciate everything. I'm lucky to have this group of people out here. So thank you guys so much. And I will see you guys later. Bye-bye.